Hey, welcome to another match. I think this is the shittiest hand I've ever really wanted to keep. I mean, I know I have no mana, but I have two Hardened Scales and a Walking Ballista. How could you pass on that? Definitely the greediest keep I've done so far today. Not the greediest keep ever, but it's a greedy keep. If I draw land, obviously everything's great. Quite unfortunate that that comes into play tap too. Like draw land, play Hardened Scales, play Hardened Scales. Next turn, play like a 3/3 Ballista or a giant serpent. Of course, I could also never draw land and die horribly, but sometimes you gotta take risks for doing something super sweet. Interesting. Gates. Maze's End? It's probably a Maze's End deck. So far, my draw not perfect, but there we go. All right, let's play the Overseer, and we can make some pretty big dudes next turn. Once upon a time is more useful a little bit time earlier. All right, well, we have a 6/6 trample protection from multicolor. Field of the Dead. This is going to be some kind of like Golos plus I think short of a sweeper he's dead. Like, well, next turn. Yeah, he needs a sweeper. I believe he has one. Like, there's no way you're playing something this dirtily without it. Well, I get to put him down to 8. I would like a land. Yeah, Maze's End. I was right. Yeah, let's start out with a walker. Circuitous route. Yeah. Well, he's definitely got some zombies. Does he pop the walker or not? He is going for killing the walker. No, he's not. I'm gonna make it so he needs a sweeper, or he needs interaction. He cannot win without interaction that's not ground blockers. Because next turn I play Nissa minus. I make a whole bunch of 4/4 flying thopters. Yeah. He actually needs. He needs 2 removal spells or a wrath. Now, if he's got a Wrath, I don't believe he has a Wrath unless he just drew it. Because if he had a Wrath, he would have just snapped off the kill on the Hangerback Walker. He'd been like, yes, I can kill a Hangerback Walker and not worry about it. But he didn't do that. Okay, find a gate. Oh, how many gates does he have? He has 6 gates. 7 gates. Eight gates. Yep. Our Boreal Grazer is not doing the trick here, and that'll be a win. Alright, let's have 3 4/4 Flying Thopters. An attack for lethal, backed up by Walking Ballista. We got there. Alright, 5-color nonsensey stuff. This actually can't kill his lands thing. I think I put in a couple Assassin's Trophies. Probably a couple Thoughtseizes. I think I can go down the Once Upon a Times because they're the easiest stuff to shave. And probably the Nissas, even though Nisso did work there. I don't think I'll need her very much. I kind of want to keep the Leap just in case I want to crack a Walker to have a bunch of flyers in a way that doesn't involve shooting it with my own Ballista. Thoughtseize has been great, but I'm glad I'm not playing all 4 in the main. It's nice to have like occasional disruption, but I think 4 in the main is excessive. I like the 2-2 split. Verdurous Gearhulk. Yeah, this format's slow enough that I think Verdurous Gearhulk is a real card. It definitely did work back in Standard, and you know, slamming a Verdurous Gearhulk on a field full of Constrictors and Stone Coil Serpents just murders your opponent very hard. Nissa's been okay. She's come down, she's put counters on things, that's been good. Making plants has been alright. I did ult her once against Blue-White Approach, and then drew like 2 Lost Legacies and a Thoughtseize to like just force through all his counter spells and get rid of his approaches, and that won the game. Lost Legacy, good against counter magic. No, not counter magic. Combo decks. Good against most combo decks. Sure. Alright. What's he got going on? Guild Summit, Verdict. Ooh. I'm gonna just go for mana screwing him. Maybe it won't work, but maybe it will. He's got a lot of come into play tap lands. Or he can draw exactly what he needed. yeah, those were, in fact, the most perfect draws you could possibly have had. Alright, well, that was not the most effective Thoughtseize then. So he gets to play another Guild Summit and then start drawing tons of cards. Unfortunately, I can't Assassin's Trophy my own hanger back, which is a bit unfortunate. Upside, he doesn't actually have double white for Supreme Verdict at the moment. I might just aggro him down before he gets to fully go off with all the cards he has. Yeah, that gets your Golos killed, man. I mean, maybe he just had to get his Golos killed, but he's still dead. He's dead through Wrath right now. So he's going to need some good stuff. Granted, he's got 1,000,000 cards, so good stuff is very possible. Alright, you've got 9 cards. He's definitely making a bunch of ground blockers. It's going to be a lot of zombies. How do I win from here? That's 14. Hardened Scales would be good. So I think what I do, play Rishkar, pump those 2 things. Pump my creatures. And attack. So that's 16. It's not a great position to be in. He just has so many cards. Yeah. So the reason I lose is because he gets to Wrath immediately, and maybe I should have Assassin's Trophied one of the white guild gates. I'd been thinking about it, but I think I just want Abrupt Decay and a Great Henge. Draw enough cards to go over to the top, or not go over the top, but punch through before he can truly go off. That was just some absurd draws from him in those couple turns, getting the drawing, growth spiral into land, into another land, so that he could get the maximum value out of his guild summits. It's just like, whoa, that's some really good drawing there. Land would be great here. Given that that's a Rishkar, I think I'm going to play out the Winding Constrictor first. If I draw a land, Rishkar, and I think I'm going to do 4 damage to him over playing the Stone Coil Serpent for 2. So I'm afraid of a Wrath here, so I'm going to just hold up Evolutionary Leap and Abrupt Decay. And I'll Abrupt Decay something if it's not, if possible. He's basically getting close to needing to Wrath. Unless he can do a Circuitous Route, which would be quite annoying. Alright, so he's got to have removal here. I do think I'm going to leap it instead of getting a land. Gonna keep up leap. Is this an Arboreal Grazer? Growth Spiral, okay. Guild Summit. Now, if he draws a card off this, he's dead. Sweet, we got there. Because now I just get to Abrupt Decay the zombie token and attack for lethal. Like, sure, I intended the Abrupt Decay to kill Guild Summit, but when the opportunity presents itself.